Well, because in the general election, when I'm facing a Republican, the other candidates will be dinged for their lack of financial responsibility or inexperience, depending on which candidate you're talking about. When the Republicans look at me, and they will look at through the financial eye, they'll see us 7 years as a mayor, we have a surplus budget. We're doing $20 million worth of infrastructure work in our community, and we're fiscally sound and responsible. I believe in a safety net that provides Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid for all those people who've come before us and help create our great nation. They should get what they're promised, and that's a very democratic view. The party, I hope, is supportive because they know I work hard. I believe in the people in this district, and I'll stay in strict contact with them. I'm opposing one of the candidates in this primary who is pretty well tied to a local Washington politician. And that's who she'll answer to. She will. If they want a candidate to be elected that will answer to the people of the 17th district, that will be George Gaulrapp. That's a great question. A year and a half ago, a company called DOCA was looking in the United States to build a plant. They were a subsidiary of Worth, a German company. I had a friend who worked for them. They were looking at Cleveland, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas, some of those cities. I said, why not Freeport? We got involved in the mix. I was able to get Wolfgang Rantmeyer is his name. He's the president of the company. Get him into a vehicle, bring him to Freeport, show him our community. He was overwhelmed by the community. In fact, Highland Community College has a wind turbine program, and this company builds the big bolts for the wind turbines. And they got into the classroom, they found one of their bolts. They were like little kids in there, like, wow, this is pretty cool. Relating with people, making sure that you know what they want, that's one of the expertises I have, my experience. And they love their city. Unfortunately, our state couldn't compete, and they went to Michigan. So we lost out on 100 good-paying robotic jobs. But the thing is doing what's necessary to make people feel comfortable, feel trusted, and want to come to your community. And those are some of the attributes that I have because I like meeting people. I enjoy people. You hear people talk all the time, well, I can't stand this person, but everybody has something good about themselves if you can find what that one or two things are. And you work upon those things to bring it out. Our problem is, and I talked to a lady just Monday down to Quad Cities, and I gave her one of my cards, and she said, oh, you're one of those. She talked about being a Democrat. And I said, that's the problem that we have in Springfield and in Washington. They tend to see the party first and the person second. After I talked to her for a while, she said, wow, I didn't realize Democrats could be like this as far as fiscal responsibility and believing in safety nets for people. And I said, will you vote for me? She said, no, I still can't vote for you, but I do respect you. It's very simple. Give it back to control of the state and local communities. A lot of my friends are educators, and they feel that their morale has been really dinged. It's no longer fun to teach children. When you get things taken away, like the classroom trips, the ones that make education fun for kids, make them want to learn, it's tough when that happens because right now we're testing to the test, and it's not working. We have to make education one that draws children in, and they want to learn, and they want to be achievers. And the best way to do that is let local communities, local school districts, take control of it, because every community and every area of our United States is different. So let's make sure that we maximize the dollars for the materials for the teachers to learn. I guess I'm a little bit selfish because my daughter wants to be a teacher, and she loves the idea. Teaching is a great service for our community. It's like serving your public as an elected official. Being a teacher falls in the same category. You want to give back to your community. And that's why we have such very good teachers, but let them teach.
I'm assuming you're not necessarily a supporter of the No Child Left Behind Act then, because there are lots of schools that do not meet requirements in our state.
I'm not a supporter of the results. The results did not turn out well. So once again, let federal control go. Let it go to the states and to the school districts, and let them teach how they best feel they can teach, and let's look at the results there. We have some very good Blue Star, Golden Star schools in Freeport, but not all of them are. but we have to make improvements, but we have to work within our communities to do so. Protection of our country. My father is a 20-year Navy veteran, a Pearl Harbor survivor, and you would have thought I would have come back with the idea that war is great, war is good. My dad never talked about the war until he was in his 80s, and he did not think war was a good thing, but it was a necessary evil at times. But we need to protect our country, protect our rights. We have always been the first one to a scene, and right now with the economy the way it is, it makes it difficult because we're everywhere first, whether it be in war or whether it be in natural disasters. But where were other countries when Katrina struck? Who came to our rescue and helped us out? Charity starts at home, so you have to take care of our United States first and then take care of our interests second.
Do you think we are doing that adequately right now? Is the government doing that?
Well, I think we've seen some wars that we jumped in without evidence of why we're there. We have hundreds of thousands of young men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice, and that's their lives. We have thousands upon thousands of those who've come back with no legs, no arms. One of my heroes is Joey Bozak. He has lost both legs and an arm, and I got to meet him, and I tell you, this gentleman has the best attitude of anyone I've ever been the privilege of meeting with. You can read about him online, but he is so pumped up. And he said, sure, I lost this, but I was doing it in the right reason to protect my country. And he's a shining example to all of us.
Did you support the withdrawal of troops from Iraq?
Yes.
They recently left the country?
Yes, and hopefully we did it in the correct way and in the right fashion and the timing of it. And we didn't deplete the resources that will keep them a free country. And we'll have to monitor this as we move forward. Really nothing new because I'm a mayor and I'm president of the Mayor's Association, Northern Illinois. I'm also a former salesperson. I've traveled this area extensively. They do have a beautiful river. Some people say, that when we're talking about the 17th district, they say, how do you connect the cities together? And the river is one of the ways we connect Rockford, Dixon, Sterling, and Quad Cities. You're using your riverfront. I guess I'm putting on my mayor's hat. Over in Rock Falls, you have the new water reclamation plant. That was probably one of the neatest things I was able to travel through and tour. Some people say that's your exciting point of the day. As you become mayor, you realize how important infrastructure is. So, well, put to all those people out there that travel to Rock Falls down Route 40, and they see the Gaulrapp sign, the street sign, and they remember the Gaulrapp turkey farm. There's no relation, but I do have a Gaulrapp turkey farm box in my office. And a gentleman came up from Rock Falls one time when I was elected mayor. He said, Mayor, I just wanted to give you this. I said, okay. He said, every time somebody's mean to you, disagreeable, cantankerous, write their name down, stick in that box, and see how many you have at the end of the year. There's not many. So, but the people in the Rock Falls, Sterling area, Dixon area, wonderful people.
So you see similarities between your town and the Sauk Valley then?
We were just talking about that, Andy and I. There's such a huge advantage with Dixon, Rock Falls, Sterling, with Route 88. The ability for development. And this is the one thing that we will be pushing as U.S. Congressmen is finally get Route 20 done between Freeport and Dubuque, Iowa. People say, well, what are you going to do that for? If you look on any map, you'll see development along large major roadways. And those are the improvements that have been made in Rock Falls, Sterling, and Dixon.